Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we hear from one local school district about their plan to get students safely back into the classroom. And the University of Kentucky announced their plan for students returning to campus, which involves testing up to 30,000 of them for the virus.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Lacey Roberts, and thank you for joining us on Mountain News this morning. Today is Wednesday, July 22nd, and it is hump day, but it feels like a Monday to me for sure. Let's go ahead and bring in Brandon Robinson for a look at what kind of weather we can expect.
Good morning, Lacey, and welcome back. You've been off a few days, but it's definitely not Monday. It's Wednesday, so don't put that hex on us. We're going downhill this week. But we are in a severe weather alert day starting here at 5 o'clock this morning for some strong to severe thunderstorms associated with a cold front that will pop up a little bit later today. We actually had some rain overnight here in parts of eastern Kentucky. I took Linus out about 1 o'clock this morning. It was pouring the rain here in Letcher County. So again, just kind of keep that in mind as you travel this morning. Some fog already showing up Hazard and Jackson, seeing some limited visibility. Sensor at Monticello is out this morning. I'll fix that there on that map here in just a couple of minutes, but you see temperatures similar to yesterday in the 60s and 70s. We're not going to get as hot today because of the cloud cover and the rain, but I still think we make the upper 80s for daytime highs today, and we got to stay weather aware because we have the possibility of some pretty strong storms on the way later this afternoon. I'll break all that down for you in just a few minutes. Lacey.
Thank you, Brendan. And Governor Beshear says that right now is a critical time in the COVID-19 pandemic, a time to come together and get things done. Now, this comes as we once again saw our second highest single day record for new cases on Tuesday at 674. Now we have topped 24,000 cases here in the Commonwealth. Our total is 24,060. 9 of the top 10 highest days are from this month. The governor also reported 3 new deaths last night, bringing our total to 674. And as the start of school inches closer, school districts are trying to form a reopening plan as COVID-19 cases continue to increase. Hazard Independent Schools held a Facebook Live yesterday to talk about the new details in its reopening plan. Now, principals from all schools talked about specific plans for each school, including class schedules, lunch, recess, and other safety measures. Superintendent Sandra Combs says that the next step is orientation, which is in person with a virtual option.
After watching the orientation and you still want to choose the virtual option, you must call and talk to your principal so that we can make sure that you have all the necessary equipment for your child to be successful.
Now, Combs says that this situation is ever changing, so the plan could be different by the time that school actually starts, and that might be in late August. We still have the school orientation dates on our website at WYMT.com. And of course, with children heading back to school, we're wondering if that will be virtual or in person. For districts like Hazard Independent Schools who chose in-person instruction or some sort of combination, wearing a mask and maintaining social distancing will be vital for those children returning. Pediatrician Dr. Scotty Day says that school districts will have to make decisions on how long classes will be if they do remain virtual.
And if we think about pickup and drop-off times and class times to reduce the number of students.
Dr. Day says that it is important for parents to stay in contact with their pediatricians during this pandemic. He also stresses the importance of taking children to the doctor for routine checkups. And the University of Kentucky released its plans for testing up to 30,000 students for COVID-19. This is all part of the university's plan to restart in-class instruction on August 17th. The testing details are the first in a series of announcements UK will make over the next few weeks. School officials say that they want to protect the health, safety, and well-being of the campus community as it prepares for the fall 2020 semester. The testing is only required for students who will be on campus at some point this fall, but tests will be made available to any student who still wants to take one. And drive-in events are becoming a popular staple during this pandemic, and a unique one took place in Hazard yesterday. Hazard Community and Technical College held a drive-in registration for classes on Monday and Tuesday. But that's not the only service that the college offered. Students could also access help with financial aid, advising, and admission. HCTC President and CEO Dr. Jennifer Linden says that this was the best way to keep students and faculty safe.
Well, at HCTC, we're trying to find creative and innovative ways to keep our students and our employees safe. So we know that students are interested in coming back to school in the fall, and we want them to be able to register in the safest way possible. So we came up with the idea of a drive-in registration. So we're set up similar to some of the drive-in clinics that you see nowadays.
HCTC does have another drive-in registration at the Lee's campus in Jackson today and tomorrow from 2 to 6 p.m. And Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell spoke on the Senate floor yesterday, announcing Senate Republicans are preparing legislation that will send $105 billion to schools to help them safely reopen. He also announced that Republican leaders are working on a second round of stimulus checks.
And speaking of building on what worked in the CARES Act, we want another round of direct payments to help American families keep driving our national comeback.
Senator McConnell also mentioned that Senate Republicans are coming out with a plan to help businesses who are expected to exhaust their initial Paycheck Protection funding for this summer. Well, thank you for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, one Kentucky company is adding an extra item to several school supplies lists due to the coronavirus pandemic. We'll have those details.
And we're tracking the potential for some strong showers and storms as we head after lunchtime into the early evening hours. I'll have that forecast for you in about 3 minutes.